Now, I know that everyone says that the best gangster movie of all time is one of the first two Godfather films or Goodfellas. Personally, for me, now this may sound really nuts, but my personal favorite is actually Sergio Leone's 1984 film, Once Upon a Time in America, the long version. I have to say long version because back in '84 when the movie first came out, there was this chopped up, chronological, messy theatrical version, which was only like 2.5 hours, and it's apparently really really terrible. I've only ever seen the 4 hour and 11 minute version. The one that I own, 4 hours and 11 minutes, it's even longer than the one that most people ended up seeing. And just why is my personal favorite gangster film Once Upon a Time in America and not the Godfather films or Goodfellas? Well, it simply hits me harder. It hits me way harder than both of those. Maybe not both those films combined, but it does do a bigger number on me than both. Like, okay, with The Godfather, they're very, very dark and pretty sad and just downright horrific. And Goodfellas, it's very energetic and very deadly, very extreme with the way that everything's presented. But with Once Upon a Time in America, it marries both those different styles together, which is really really good. You can see the Godfather tones that inspired Sergio Leone to make the movie the way that he did. Plus, you can see some Scorsese stuff, even though Goodfellas came out 6 years after Once Upon a Time in America. So, whenever people say that the '80s wasn't that good of a decade for film, I pull out three, maybe four wild cards. I always say Amadeus, Fanny and Alexander, Once Upon a Time in America, maybe Akira Kurosawa's Ran. And yeah, that hopefully gets people to close their faces because, man, all those films are just brilliant. So, the one of the things that I always say gets me going with certain films, like the really really good ones that achieve the highest standard of excellence, is a world is created unto themselves, and we are yanked so deep into those worlds that we really have a tough time returning to reality. So, like, let's just say you're watching black and white film and you're suckered so deep into it. If you're drinking some pop right beside you, you look to your side to grab that pop. You're probably going to see everything's in black and white. Your hand's black and white. The drink is black and white. And then there's Once Upon a Time in America, which is colorized, but you're still suckered so deep into the moment that that you just have a tough time turning to reality. And because the movie is about 4 hours in length, it just does an even better job in keeping you in the film's world. And of course, there's also the narrative structure that Sergio Leone presents in this. It's non-linear. Deals with Robert De Niro, who's this Jewish gangster during the Prohibition, and it's pretty much his life as a gangster. Starts off as this teenage boy who tries to make it big. He's always up to no good, and gets sent to prison, gets out, and him and his pals become big gangsters in the streets of New York during Prohibition. But not everything goes well, and so he gets sent to. So he goes into hiding for like 30 years. and he gets out and must confront the demons of his past. So the movie, it does have an unorthodox narrative, which I really did appreciate. It's kind of like a Citizen Kane or like a Pulp Fiction sort of narrative, which is really, really good. And the whole storyline of confronting past demons, I've always liked those sorts of things. Like, it's almost like what reforms a person and things that make people change around, which I always thought was really, really good thing. And it's something that isn't really explored a whole lot in the gangster genre. Yeah, this is a quite brilliant piece of film, and it is one of my top 15, top 20 favorite films ever. I'm going to give Once Upon a Time in America from 1984 4 stars out of 4. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll definitely be posting more things in the next couple of days. Have a good day, folks.